Torn Roots, the divorce and downfall of Zach Roloff. The clouds loomed low over Battleground, Washington, the morning Zach Roloff was arrested. The quiet cul-de-sac was used to the subtle buzz of reality TV glimpses and the occasional TLC van parked discreetly nearby. But nothing had prepared neighbors or fans for the news that exploded across social media like wildfire. Tori Roloff files for divorce, Zach taken into custody. Inside the now-empty Roloff home, echoes of laughter, children's cries, and whispered promises once filled the halls. Today, all that remained was silence, and a gaping hole where a family once stood united. Tori sat alone at her parents' guest house, mascara streaked down her face, scrolling through photos of what once was family vacations, pumpkin seasons, Josiah's first steps. Her hands trembled as she deleted one photo after another. Her heart broke, not just for herself, but for the 3 children now caught in the storm. A crumbling foundation. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Tori and Zach's love story had once been the heart of Little People, Big World. They were the couple fans cheered for. The ones who seemed to rise above the family farm drama, the cameras, the whispers. But over the last year, something shifted. After moving to Battleground to gain independence, the distance from the Roloff farm had unintended consequences. Zach grew bitter. His feud with his father Matt over the farm deal left deep scars, and he felt betrayed, not just by his dad, but by the family legacy he thought he'd inherit. Tori tried to hold things together. But behind every Instagram smile, arguments brewed. Late-night fights turned into days of silence. Miscommunication turned into resentment. And eventually, love turned into something unrecognizable. Secrets behind closed doors. Zach's temper had grown unpredictable. Tori began confiding in close friends about his emotional outbursts, especially after he'd been drinking. While he never hurt her physically, his words left bruises. "I don't even know who he is anymore," she whispered to her sister-in-law Molly during a late phone call. "He's not the man I married." The tension reached its boiling point during Jackson's 8th birthday. Zach showed up late, red-eyed, distant, distracted. He argued with Tori over something minor in front of their guests, then stormed out. That night, she took the kids and stayed in a hotel. It was the beginning of the end. The arrest. On a humid July morning, police were called to the Roloff residence after a heated argument escalated. A neighbor heard shouting and a child crying. When officers arrived, they found Zach disoriented and reportedly agitated and uncooperative. He was arrested on suspicion of public intoxication and disturbing the peace, though rumors suggested more serious concerns behind the scenes. Tori refused to speak publicly, but filed a restraining order later that week. The tabloids went wild. Zach Roloff behind bars, trouble in Roloff paradise. Tori breaks silence. "I had to protect my kids." Zach's mugshot, a hollow stare replacing his usual smile, went viral. TLC paused production. Sponsors pulled back. And fans split between shock and sorrow. The divorce filing. Tori filed for divorce quietly through her attorney. No press release. No Instagram post. Just legal documents marking the end of a 9-year marriage. The filing cited irreconcilable differences, but those close to the couple knew it ran deeper. Chris Merrick, now more than just Amy's husband, had grown close to Zach. Even he couldn't reach him anymore. "Zach's drowning in something darker," he told Amy. "And he's pushing everyone away." Tori, in the meantime, leaned on her mom, her church, and a small circle of trusted friends. Her priority was the children, and rebuilding what was left of her world. A family divided. The Roloff family, once seen as wholesome and tightly knit, was now fractured. Matt Roloff issued a brief statement. "This is a personal matter. My heart is with my grandchildren." Amy, meanwhile, visited Tori frequently, offering to help with the kids while avoiding press questions about Zach. Even Jeremy and Audrey remained tight-lipped, though rumors swirled about tensions between the brothers. Fans speculated. Was Zach's resentment over the farm deal the cause? Did fame finally destroy their marriage? Was this why Tori had been quieter online? TLC's season 26 filming was paused indefinitely. Zach's day in court. When Zach appeared in court for his charges, he looked worn and hollow. His attorney pleaded for leniency, citing mental health issues and personal struggles. Tori didn't attend, but released a short statement through her rep. This is about safety, healing, and moving forward. Zach was sentenced to mandatory counseling, a fine, and community service. But the damage was already done, to his image, his family, and most tragically, to the love story fans had adored. Life after divorce. Months passed. Tori found strength in single motherhood. She began writing a parenting blog, focusing on healing, faith, and raising children with love amidst chaos. Offers rolled in. Brand deals returned. Her story resonated. Meanwhile, Zach remained out of the public eye. He focused on therapy, rebuilding trust, and slowly trying to repair his relationship with Jackson, Lila, and Josiah. For the kids, transitions were hard. Jackson missed his dad, asking questions Tori didn't always know how to answer. Lila became quieter. Josiah, too young to understand, clung to Tori constantly. Still, Tori did her best. One step at a time. The TLC decision. TLC producers met in Los Angeles to determine the fate of Little People, Big World. Ratings had dipped. The Roloff legacy was in tatters. But then a surprising idea emerged. A spin-off focused on Tori, her new life, her journey as a single mom, her resilience. Tentatively titled Tori's Turn, Life Beyond the Farm, the show aimed to inspire, not dramatize. Tori agreed, with one condition: no more hiding. No more sugarcoating. Just the truth. Zach's redemption? As Tori's show prepared to launch, Zach gave a raw interview to People magazine, the first since his arrest. I lost everything, he admitted. But I'm getting help. I want to be the dad my kids deserve. He spoke of regret, therapy, his faith, and even praised Tori for her strength. Divorce wasn't what I wanted, but I understand now. She saved us both. The interview struck a chord. Fans began expressing support. Some called for his return. Others remained skeptical. Redemption, it seemed, would be a long road. Co-parenting and closure. Tori and Zach slowly established a civil co-parenting routine. Exchanges were calm, though limited to neutral locations and supervised at first. Therapists guided the process. Tori remained firm. Boundaries are love, too. Eventually, holidays were split, and Zach began attending Jackson's soccer games again, always sitting at a respectful distance. For the kids, that stability meant everything. And for Tori, it was a sign that healing, while slow, was possible. The farm, the fame, and the future. Matt Roloff quietly relisted the remaining parts of the farm. With no heirs left willing to take it on, the legacy was dissolving. TLC's cameras rolled again, but this time, focused on Tori's peaceful home, bedtime routines, counseling sessions, and motherly moments. No drama, just real life. As Tori's Turn premiered, it trended on streaming charts. Fans sent messages of hope. Survivors of divorce, women rebuilding after pain, mothers juggling it all, Tori became more than just a reality star. She became a voice. What was, and what will be. The Roloff name once symbolized unity, strength, and pumpkin season joy. But like the fields of the farm, seasons change. Zach and Tori's story didn't end with happily ever after. But perhaps it ended with something deeper. Truth, growth, and a new beginning. The final shot of the season showed Tori sitting with her 3 children, reading them a bedtime story. Josiah on her lap, Jackson leaning against her shoulder. Lila snuggled beside her. In the background, a framed photo of the whole family, back when things were whole, remained on the shelf. Because some roots, though torn, never truly die.